How's the Japanese dick? I don't know. Never had Japanese dick before. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're watching for the very first time, hello. My name is Stacia and I go by Namaste on Instagram, so if you're interested in keeping up with my day-to-day life, you can definitely go ahead and check me out over there on the gram. As you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing an updated Q&A. The very first time I did a Q&A, I was about at 200 subscribers. No, I'm not well over, but I'm over 700 subscribers and I have a lot of new members, and I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to get to know me. So on Instagram the other day, I asked my followers over there on Instagram to send me some questions that they want to ask, and I will try to answer them as honest as possible, and I will not reveal the identity of the persons who asked the question. So, with that being said, let's get into the very first question. So, the very first question is, are you proud of yourself? For this question, it's a bit tricky because some days I am proud of myself and some days I feel like a complete failure. And I think for many persons, especially when you're in your 20s, you feel so pressured to accomplish so much, especially when you look all around you and you see persons your age or younger accomplishing more things or going at a faster rate than you are. But to be honest, I think I'm at a point where, you know what, I'm going to pat myself on the back because my circumstances would have dictated if someone else were in my shoe and grew up the way I did, they would end up perhaps in a totally different situation. So I am proud of myself. Surely I can admit that I haven't handled every experience the best way possible. But looking back with the tools and the mindset that I had in that time, in that headspace, I felt like I did well, and I think I'm doing well. I just need to be consistent and to go harder. But to answer the question, am I proud of myself? Yes, I am. Number two says, how do you get used to the different foods? How do I get used to the different foods? For me, one, I'm not a picky eater when I compare myself to other people. I know that there are persons who aren't Japanese living in Japan who have a problem with the food. For me personally, I am not one who is anal, for lack of a better word, about eating strictly Jamaican food. I'm slowly, after a year and a half, being well, not a year and a half, about 15 months in to my life here in Japan. I'm learning to find the things that are from home, even if I have to pay a little extra. But I'm not obsessive about having strictly Jamaican meals. I do eat American based food, and there's some Japanese food that I don't mind. I eat Italian food as well. And I cook a wide variety of cuisines, so I'm not completely turned off for the most part when it comes down to food. Surely I haven't explored a lot of the Japanese cuisine. Irrespective of that, I think I've adjusted well. I think I'm a highly adaptable person. I'm able to adapt to my environment pretty easily. So food has not been a major issue. And if you don't believe me, I've gained a few pounds. For those who have been on my Instagram commenting about my weight gain, I have put on a few pounds. So clearly food is not an issue over here because the girl is well fed. 3 square meals a day and snacks in between sometimes. Food is not a problem. I'm perfectly fine in that department. So the third question is, do you prefer online shopping or in-store shopping? It depends. If I'm going to buy something that, how do I even put it? There are certain times when I prefer to shop online to lie in the comfort of my bed and to buy whatever I'm buying. And then there are times when I want to be in the store to touch and feel the textures and everything and to try on the thing. Because sometimes online shopping can be a hit or a miss. You can buy something that looks a certain way on the internet, and when it arrives at your front door, especially if it's coming from China, it's completely different from what you thought it would be. So I think there are times when I do prefer going in store, but if I'm going in store, like who's going to take all those bags? Because I that's the part I don't like. the walking around with the bags. I'm not a fan of that, but I do see the pros and cons in both. So I would say both, but if I had to choose, probably online shopping. I think I would edge out in-store shopping. Okay, number 4 says, what is your favorite makeup or cosmetic brand and why? I am an oily girl, so any brand or cosmetic brand that caters to my skin type, that caters to my skin tone, I'm going to gravitate towards it. I use a lot of Juvia's Place products. Their eyeshadow, their foundation, their concealers are bomb and they are budget friendly. I also gravitate towards Urban Decay. I do have their foundation, and that was the first full coverage foundation that, one, covered all my blemishes, and two, was oil girl friendly. So I do gravitate towards those two brands when it comes on to makeup and cosmetic. I'm not necessarily finicky about using a particular brand. As long as it caters to my skin needs and my makeup needs, then I'm good to go. I'm not particularly fussy about picking a particular brand, but I find that Juvia's Place and Urban Decay are the products, have the products that caters to my skin type. Number 5 says, do you follow fashion trends or do you prefer your own style? A mixture of both, and I'll tell you why. For me, I like to take something that is trendy and make it my own. I am not one to invest or overly invest in trends of the day or trends of the week or trends of the month, because when those trends end, do I still wear those clothes? I mean, you can if you want to, because it's your money and it's your clothes, but for me, I prefer timeless pieces that transcends or outlasts whatever fashion trend is there. And I feel like for the most part, when things are in trend, they're overdone, and I just don't want to feel like I'm a part of the uniform gang. When you step outside, everybody's in the same thing. So if I can make it my own, then I will wear it. Apart from that, I'm not necessarily trying desperately to fit into the fashion trend. Sometimes I accidentally end up buying something, and afterwards I go on Instagram and I'm like, oh wait, but I bought something like that. Or I'll buy a jacket and then I realize that, oh, it's a Balmain inspired jacket or something of that nature. So I'm not obsessed. I love fashion, but I'm not obsessed with keeping up with the trends. Does that make sense? Number 6 says, do you miss me? Well, I don't know if I miss you because I don't know who sent that message. So I'm assuming it's one of my past students from Jamaica. And if it is, I miss you. Yes, I miss you. I don't know which student it was, and I don't want to tell any lies on here. Don't want the Lord to strike me. Forgive me, Lord. This line is not my sin of choice. I would tell you what my sin of choice is, but trying to keep it PG over here. So I don't know who this person is, but if you were a good student, then chances are I miss you. Number 7 says, do you get lonely or homesick given that you don't have close family or friend there? Homesick. Do I get homesick? No, I don't. It's interesting when I watch other YouTubers or listen to other people who are from Jamaica or from other countries talk about their home country. I'm not one of those persons who get homesick. There are very few things I miss about Jamaica, and there are very few things about Jamaica that I miss that can't be put in a box and shipped here. For the most part, what I miss is the food for sure. And when it comes down to entertainment, Jamaica definitely outranks Japan in so many ways. When it comes down to partying and DJs selecting songs for the crowd, definitely Jamaica beats Japan. But I'm not necessarily one like, oh my God, I need to go to Jamaica. No, I'm not. First of all, that round trip ticket from here to Jamaica and back is enough to demotivate me from being homesick. So do I get homesick? Not necessarily, to be honest. No. No, I don't get homesick. I do get lonely at times though, and I don't know if I were in Jamaica that would have been any different. I just sometimes get lonely, and I think that happens to everyone, irrespective of where you are, whether or not you're in your home country. I do get lonely at times. You know, you want a little somebody in your bed for wrap up beside you. You know, get a little chups on your cheek and so. Yeah, but I don't get homesick that much. Sorry, not sorry. Number 8. Would you say that you experience a great deal of loneliness in Japan? Just answer that. No, I don't. I'm a loner by nature, and so I crave alone time. But like I've said before, there are times when I do crave the company of a man. No, but I'm single, so I have to learn to deal with that emotions and everything that comes with that feeling. So yeah, I get lonely, but not a great deal of loneliness because where there's music, I'm happy. Once there's music, wine, and Wi-Fi, I'm usually good. And I do have friends here, so it's kind of hard for me to get lonely these days. And I have YouTube, and I have my job, so I'm quite often very busy, too busy and too tired to be lonely. Number 9 says, how are you liking your new apartment? My apartment, here's the thing. I think I've said this in a vlog. I like my new apartment. I only concern, or the two main concerns I've had, is the fact that I am farther away from the train station, which means more walking. And I've said before that, you know, in the mornings it's not so bad, but when it's time to go home, when you're tired and it's cold and your feet are hurting, then it becomes a nuisance. But I love the new space and the fact that I can easily set up. When I was in my old apartment, I had to be moving around things in order for it to look a certain way. But now all I literally need to do is to put my tripod, my ring light, and I'm ready. I don't have to rearrange my entire furniture in order to film a video. I love the new space. I love the fact that it's made of steel, so I can't hear my neighbors anymore. And I hope that they're not hearing me. But it's been good so far. I feel more comfortable inviting friends over because, you know, the last apartment, everything was kind of just jumbled together, and as soon as you walk in, you saw my bed, and I didn't like that. So now everything is kind of separated, and I rock with that. I'm not the biggest fan of the loft area all the time, but it's not so bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. So yeah, my apartment is cool so far. It's definitely an upgrade in my mind compared to the last apartment, and the quality of this video looks so much better filming here than it would be in my old apartment. Hey, number 10. How long do you plan to stay in Japan? I don't know. And if I know, I don't know if I want to share that with the world. I initially planned on staying here for 3 years, and I go back and forth with myself about how long I want to stay in Japan. Japan is a place where you can, well, for me at least, have days when I'm like, oh my God, I love it here. I think I could spend the rest of my life here. And then there are days I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to get the hell out of this freaking place because it's getting on my damn nerves. But then I don't know, like right now in the headspace that I'm currently in while filming, I see myself staying here a few more years. I want to get into a certain kind of business, but I don't think it would be profitable here. So I do think eventually I would have to leave here to pursue my dreams in America. Hopefully by then your girl is, you know, married and so. That's the aim. I want to stay here a few more years, travel Asia a bit, and then hopefully by then my bank account will look fluffy. So girl can leave and start our business and so. And hopefully by then my YouTube channel would have, you know, gotten to the point where I'm monetized and sponsorships and brands are reaching out to me. So we'll see how it works. And if it is that, you know, I can make a good living, a comfortable living, so I can take care of myself, save, travel, and help my parents out, then why not? So I don't know how much longer I want to stay here. Once I've accomplished the aforesaid things, then it will be time for me to pack up and go. Hopefully that answers your question. Number 11, cold or warm travel destination. First of all, that's not even a question. Warm, please. I would love to be on a beach somewhere tropical, sipping mojitos or sangrias in a two-piece bikini, relaxing. The cold is ghetto. It's ghetto. Okay? I said what I said. And number 12. Number 12 says, thoughts on returning to Jamaica. How long do you intend on staying in Japan? Answer the how long part. Thoughts on returning to Jamaica. I don't see Jamaica being my retirement place. I don't see myself returning there permanently. I don't know what the universe has in store for me. I don't know what life has in store for me. But from my purview at this point with my mental state, I don't see myself going back to Jamaica to live. Sure, I would visit there. I have family there, I have friends there. For me, I'm just not in the frame of mind or of the view that Jamaica is going to be my final destination. I know that there's some persons who are going to return to Jamaica. Good job. Good luck to you on your journey. But for me, Jamaica is just a chill spot for me that I go to kick it for a few weeks. And there are just so many other countries for me to visit. I've lived in Jamaica for 25 years. And whilst I can concede that I haven't traveled a lot of Jamaica, I know enough about Jamaica. So for me right now, it's about traveling to new countries, gaining new experiences, and meeting new people. Because being here alone, I've met so many amazing people, and even so many amazing people who are Jamaicans. And I feel like traveling gives us life experiences. It gives us new friends, new relationships, whatever format that might take. And I'm just on that journey. I'm just in that headspace of just traveling the world. That's where I'm at. And I don't know if Jamaica will be my final stop, but I don't think it will be. Number 13 is another Jamaican question. It says, when are you coming back to Jamaica? I don't know. Right now, I'm just hopefully I can start traveling. And when I start traveling, I'll start traveling to Asian countries. And after that, hopefully, by God's grace, maybe Europe. And yeah, I don't know when I'm going to go back to Jamaica, maybe in the next 2 or 3 years or 4 years. I don't know. I don't have a set plan. I do know that my close personal friends are dying to see me. The same ones who didn't have time for me when I was in Jamaica. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't see myself traveling to Jamaica anytime soon. Like I said, guys, the plane ticket from here to Jamaica and a round trip ticket is not cheap. It's over $1,000 US. It's not cheap. So when you consider $1,000 at least for a plane ticket from here to Jamaica and back, and you consider that I have to have outfits on go, I have to think about my spending money, traveling money, eating out money, all of that. That's a lot of money to think about. Number 14. Number 14 says, are you planning on having kids? Who? When you are married or when you think you are financially stable? Listen, this is a question. And you know what? Let me look at y'all, because those who know me personally outside of this YouTube and Instagram thing, you know that I have been saying for the longest while that I don't want kids. And I don't know if it's because of age or because of the kinds of people I'm now interacting with, or I don't know what is in the air. And maybe it's the coronavirus. Maybe it's the coronavirus. There we go. We figure it out. See, this is why I like talking to y'all, because you see, I come to conclusions that I would not have come to if I were not thinking out loud. Anyways, but I find myself these days, I'm like, maybe I want kids. Maybe I want children. And then I see my youngest nephew, and he's so adorable. Hi, Amir. And I'm just like, maybe I want that. But I don't know. If I were to have kids, I definitely believe in having kids within the constitution or the institution of marriage. That was how I was raised, and I believe in having a family structure. If you're going to involve kids, I believe kids should not only see mom and dad in the household, but to see healthy relationships, and so not to create a perpetual cycle of toxicity and dysfunctionalism. And I mean, every family is dysfunctional in its own way, but to create healthy, smart human beings and to create an environment that's conducive to that is important to me. So I definitely would need to be married and to be financially stable before I think about having kids. But I don't even know if I'm completely sold on the idea of kids, especially when you think about what pregnancy does to a woman's body. And I have seen too many things, enough things for me to be like, do I want that? Because here's the thing, future husband, dear future husband, if I pop one or two kids out of this body, please be aware that if my breasts are no longer pointing to Jesus and they begin to roll out like the red carpet at the Oscars, that you're gonna have to pay for me to get some work done, some nip tuck, because that's one of my biggest thing. I've seen so many women who have, and it might be vain to some people, and I don't care, I'm vain, yes. I've seen so many women who have gone through pregnancy and their bodies, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not body shaming anybody, but I don't want that. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't want that for myself. So I don't know. I'm not even dating anybody, guys. So I can't even be thinking about kids right now or marriage because I'm like the furthest away from any of that. My life is sad. Number 15. Do you plan on getting married? You see, y'all, listen. This marriage thing is a two-way street. So I can want it till thy kingdom come. If there isn't someone out there who wants the same thing with me that I want with them, marriage is not going to happen. Do I want to get married? Sure. Do I plan to get married? I don't think that's something one can plan for. But I want it. I want a person to live with, to enjoy life with. I want that. But number 16. Hi, how are you? I'm tired, but I'm fine. I'm doing this adulting thing and I'm trying to make the most of it, even though I want a refund, but I'm fine. Number 17. What sparked your attention and made you move to Japan versus anywhere else in the world? This is the thing. I get the why did you come to Japan question so often. And I feel like the more people ask me that question, the more I don't know why I came to Japan. Here's the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. I was a teacher, and I've said this before in my Why Did I Leave Jamaica video. If you haven't watched that, I'll leave it in the cards here. I was a teacher in Jamaica at the high school level for 3 whole years. While I enjoyed teaching, I loved interacting with kids. I loved watching them blossom into the young men and women that they did. It was taking a toll on me mentally and physically because it was a lot of work. So I was at a point where I was like, you know what? I need to leave. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going somewhere. I applied for jobs in the US, and I applied the first year I left university. And they said that I didn't have enough experience. I had the qualification, but I didn't have enough classroom experience. So I worked for 3 more years, not thinking about that. And I started reapplying for the same program that told me that I needed more experience. And I began thinking about it and I said to myself, if I were to go to England, Canada, or America, I feel like I would be thrown into another version of Jamaica. And I just didn't want another level of toxicity in my life. I knew someone who taught here, and everyone I interacted with said that Japan was a good experience and they recommend people going to Japan to try it out. Everything in me said it was time for a change. It was time for something outside of what I'm used to. Everything in me said that if I went to America, I feel like I would have been in the cycle or be too close to people who would have an opinion about every single thing I did. And it's not that I'm running away from the opinions of people, but I want to be in an environment where my decisions are not corrupted. And I don't mean corrupted in a negative way. I mean, I want my decisions to be 100% mine and no one is there to coach me or counsel me. I wanted to put myself in an environment where all the decisions I made are entirely my own. And if I were in need of any opinion, I would seek refuge or counsel in the person I thought could guide me for in whatever instance I needed the guidance in. So I chose Japan because nobody I'm related to is here. Point number one. Number two, I chose it because I knew that the workload compared to Jamaica would be much, much lighter. And I needed that. I felt like I needed a mental break. And for me, I tell people Japan, when I came here, it was supposed to be like a pit stop, a mental pit stop on my journey to where I want to go. And like I've said before, it's one of the best experiences I've had in my life. It's one of the best decisions I've made for myself as an adult woman. I chose Japan because the workload would have been easier and I needed to get away from some shit so I could figure myself out as a woman. Number 18. How's the Japanese dick? I don't know. Never had Japanese dick before. But I hear it's okay. Next question. 19. Love, romance, dating in Japan. I've dated before, and yeah, dating here is okay. You do meet men from your own race, from different countries, from different cultures. I've dated American men. I've been on a date with a British man. I've dated mostly black men. Well, only black. No, but yeah, I've been on a few dates, had my heart broken, but number 20, next question. Is there anything that made you regret moving to Japan? No, nothing. I do feel sometimes that my expenses in Jamaica were a lot less than they were here, and I wasn't paying as much taxes as I am now. But there's nothing major for me to say I want to go back to Jamaica now. So I don't regret my move here. Number 21, how much longer do you plan on staying in Japan? I don't know. Answer that question already. Whenever the spirit says go, I will go. Nothing set in concrete. I'm just doing me until doing me here is no longer making me happy. 22, what are you looking forward to the most about coming back to Jamaica? The food, the food, the food. Anyone who is going to pick me up from the airport, come here, please be advised that if you're coming to pick me up from the airport, please have some jerk chicken or some KFC with you or some cheese patty. Food. Just walk with some food. Some food. That's all. I'm not asking for much. And for sure, I do miss some of my friends, but my people. Just make sure I have no money up. So when I come on, you can show me a good time when I'm there. I'll bring the face, I'll bring the look, and you bring the money. How about that? 22. Do you feel as though you're missing out on progression since living in Japan? Yes and no. I do feel like me being here affords me the opportunity to grow in ways I could not grow in Jamaica, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, because I've met people who I know I wouldn't have met if I were in Jamaica. And they have provided me with new perspectives on life, new thinking, and it has shaped and directed the way I think, the way I move. And even if they didn't intentionally teach me something, they all did. So, in that vein, no, it hasn't inhibited or stunted my progression. In other ways, financially, I feel like it has. I feel like sometimes it's a struggle to figure out how to make money here. I feel like it's such a stereotype or cliche for foreigners to teach English. And for me, I don't want to be teaching English for the rest of my life, even though I love teaching. So I feel like sometimes you can feel stagnant in Japan when it comes down to career, especially if your Japanese level isn't very good. It can feel like that. And Japan can be rigid when it comes on to work. So it can feel like you're stagnant in that department, but in other facets of life, no, I don't feel like I've lacked progression. 22. When you come in to visit, girl, when I get my money up, I'll take a trip down there to Hiroshima to see you, spend a weekend, and then I'll vlog my little time down there. But that should be anywhere between January to February, God's willing. 25. Then all I know you're still single, give the little man a chance and free up. Yo, I don't know why people feel like I'm the one stopping my progress when it comes on to my relationship status. Funny story is, I was in a relationship that ended in August. I ended that relationship. But I just tend to keep my relationships or whomever I'm dating private until it's someone who I feel loves me, cares for me, wants me, and I feel the same way about them, and I feel like the person is serious about me. Until then, y'all ain't gonna see who I'm seeing, who I'm dating, and y'all can guess who you think I'm dating. Chances are you're wrong, unless you know me personally and I tell you my business. But outside of that, I used to feel some type of way, especially now when I see so many of my friends getting married, having kids, and I'm like, well, damn, why isn't that me? What's wrong with me? But you know what? I'm in a space of mind where if it happens, it happens, and I know that we aren't meant to be alone, and every person has their person according to everyone. But I'm at a space where even though I want to have someone, if I don't have someone, I think I'm in a space where I'm okay enough to live a happy life. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that, but with the way the world is running and how people perceive love and relationship and how they treat it, sometimes I feel like, it might be better off if I stay by myself because I don't know if there's anyone who will show up for me the way I know I'm going to show up for them if I care for them. And there's just too many people who are broken who need to fix themselves. And for sure, I know I need to fix myself, and I am doing that right now. I don't know. I would love to have someone. It's not that I'm closing the door to every single man that comes knocking. I just haven't met the person who ignites that fire, who shows me that level of consistency that I feel like I need in order to present him to my friends and to present him to the world. So I guess I'm going to be single until that guy comes, and y'all are just gonna have to deal with it. Period. Okay, you guys really gave me a lot of questions, and we're at question number 26. That cute guy in your videos, is that your guy? If you're referring to Antonio, that's not my guy, that's my friend. And I know a lot of persons based on the videos that he's been in have either DM'd me, WhatsApp message me, or not in the comment section, to be honest, but those two are the predominant things. Are like, oh my god, you guys have chemistry, you guys must be dating, whatever, whatever. We are just friends. Yeah, we're just friends, and that's all I need to say about that. 27 and final. What are your top three preferred physical qualities and personality traits in a guy? Physical qualities, number one, well, it's not in no particular order. Let me say that first. It's in no particular order. Number one, I think I like a tall guy. I am a tall woman. So the preferred thing is not a must, it's not the absolute requirement, but it's a preference. If he is taller than I am. Number two, if he is built, I like a nice, strongly built man to stand up beside. And number three, physical. I guess if he dresses well, that's definitely a plus. Dresses well and smells good, then that's a go in my book. Yeah, so those are the three things. And if can I add a number of four? If he's good looking, that's also a plus. But it's not like, oh my god, he has to be cute or no. Because I've dated men who people would consider unattractive. So yeah, those are the three preferred qualities, physical qualities. Personality wise, I need someone who is a little more free spirit than I am. Sometimes I can be uptight, sometimes I can be rigid, and I need someone to balance out that part of me. So that's one. Two, I like a very ambitious man. I like a man who is ambitious and well read. Can I twin those two together because it's three? Ambitious and well read, because for me, having intellectual conversations are of supreme importance. I want to be able to kick it and laugh with you, but at the same time, I need someone who is going to challenge me intellectually, and we can go deep diving intellectually. I think that sapiosexual. I am a sapiosexual. I crave that. The third thing, so I'm going to say it's the third thing is a tie between someone who is funny, someone who isn't afraid of seeing a woman shine. I don't know what that trait is called, but that's something I like in a man, where he's not up in arms about whether or not you are making more, or if you are a go-getter, and if you don't see yourself tied to the house. I like a man like that who isn't afraid to wash the dishes, to cook, to and do all of those things that are considered feminine. I like a man who isn't tied to social norms in that respect. So those are the 27 questions that you guys asked. Hopefully, if you made it to this far, you have already clicked the like button. You are already subscribed. Your notification bell is always on, or is already on. And you're going to share this video with a friend, right? Because we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the year end. So please, I'm asking you guys to share the video with a friend. You guys on my Instagram poll said that you wanted 2 videos a week. So the deal is, if I give you 2 Instagram videos a week, you're going to share this video with a friend, right? Don't it? Glad we have that agreement. So go ahead and hit the like button, the subscribe button, click the notification bell, so that you can be notified whenever I upload a video, and share this video on your Instagram. Don't forget to tag me on Instagram when you post it on your stories at _namaste___. In the meantime, guys, thank you so much for watching. A girl is tired. I will see you next time. Bye.